Hello everyone, and welcome to the Fall 2021 King's Celebration of Graduates. I sincerely wish we could all be here in the same room together as we express our collective pride and joy at reaching one of your life's great accomplishments. But before we move forward, I want to acknowledge that our campus at King's University College is situated on the traditional territories of the Shinabeg, Haudenosaunee, Lenapewauk, and Ottawadoran people, all of whom have long-standing relationships to the land of southwestern Ontario and the City of London. First Nation communities of our local area include the Chippewas of the Thames First Nation, Oneida Nation of the Thames, and Munsee Delaware Nation. And in our region, there are 11 First Nation communities as well as a growing Indigenous urban population. King's University College values the significant historical and contemporary contributions of local and regional First Nations and all the original peoples of Turtle Island, also known as North America. In respectful acknowledgement of our Indigenous neighbors and on behalf of the King's community, I offer you the warmest of welcomes, a King's welcome to our celebrations. I'd like to remind everyone, if you haven't done so already, I would encourage you to take a photo with your class of 2021 lawn sign that was sent to you, or just take a photo of the celebrations with your family and post it to your favorite social media channel and tag @Kings at Western and use the hashtag Kings2021. Each of you have worked so hard. Your bachelor or master's degree is a culmination of listening to your professors, challenging their ideas in your own, reading and critiquing research articles, texts, books, and manuscripts, working in solitude and in groups, experiencing the community, and many of you, other countries and cultures. All these experiences, theories, skills, bits and pieces of information will be so important to you to become successful in your careers, and you will have several. However, while you've accumulated these functional tools, they are only that, tools. Your leadership is your humanity, your own search for meaning, and the extent to which you facilitate meaning, seeking in others. This is the essence of what we've grounded our King's philosophy upon, a place to be and a place to become and a place to belong. To express this another way, as a leader, you're not the sum of the data or theories you understand, but the way you put this knowledge into action for the betterment of the community in which you serve. This is true wisdom. I'd now like to turn to a book written 3 decades ago by the Norwegian writer and philosopher Jostein Gaarder. In this wonderful book, entitled Sophie's World, a mysterious philosopher challenges the main character, Sophie, to constantly remain curious about life and not to fall into the adult trap of compliance, conformity, and intellectual apathy. Oddly but effectively, the philosopher talks to Sophie about fleas, fur, pulling rabbits out of hats, and philosophical curiosity. He urges her to be like a philosophical flea at the precarious tip of a rabbit's fur, risking everything to see how the magician performs the trick, asking questions, and never stop being fundamentally curious, to take risks, to push oneself out of the safety net of comfort and habit. On the other hand, the apathetic flea seeks safety and security deep down near the warm undercoat of the rabbit, hiding from the reality and complexity of the external world. This brought to my mind the superficiality of social media, where people can hide behind their screens without engaging in real life, in which echo chambers may give you a confirmation and solace, but rarely the full truth. I urge you to never stop being curious about the facts, about logic, about competing theories. Never stoop to believe that liking a tweet or sharing a photo on Instagram means you've taken action. Fight intellectual apathy. Put your King's education into action to make your community a better place, one person at a time, and never stop being who you wish you want to be and who you can be. Congratulations, class of 2021. I'm so very proud to be here with you, and I'm so excited about what comes next for you on the tip of the rabbit's fur. As we continue our Fall 2021 celebration of graduates, I'd like to now introduce Jim Pancho, Director of Campus Ministry and Deacon of Christ the King University Parish, and his team, who will offer a blessing to our graduating students.
Gathered in this place of celebration, let us unite our hearts in prayer and entrust into the hands of the Lord those who are graduating this year.
A reading from the book of the prophet Micah. What is good, and what does the Lord require of you but to do justice, and to love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God?
May God give you the grace to make wise choices and to be faithful to your commitments. always confident in the support of those who love you.
May God bless you with discomfort at easy answers, half-truths, and superficial relationships, so that you will live deep within your heart.
May God bless you with anger at injustice, oppression, and exploitation of people, so that you will work for justice, equality, and peace.
May God bless you with tears to shed for those who suffer from pain, rejection, starvation, and war, so that you will reach out your hand to comfort them and change their pain into joy.
May God bless you with the foolishness to think that you can make a difference in the world, so that you will do the things which others tell you can't be done.
May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun warm upon your face. May the rain fall soft upon your fields. And till we meet again, until we meet again, may God hold you, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. May God hold you in the palm of his hand.
King's graduates, we pray that what you have become during your time at King's will continue to grow in service of humanity. May your integrity be a gift to the world, and may the Spirit of God be with you always.
Thank you, Jim and the campus ministry team, for that wonderful blessing. Next, I'd like to welcome Kapil Akosha, Chair of King's Board of Directors, to bring greetings on behalf of the board.
On behalf of the Board of Directors of King's University College, I'd like to congratulate all graduates on your well-deserved success. Despite the ongoing pandemic challenges, you've proven to be resilient and ready to take on the next adventure. Whether it's further education or starting a career and working in community services helping others, we know that your time at King's has provided a solid foundation to make a positive impact and make our world a better place to be and a place to belong for everyone. We wish you all the very best.
Thank you, Kapil, for everything you and the entire board do for our King's community. Next on our agenda, we welcome Dr. Jillian Balfour, Vice President and Academic Dean of King's.
I wish to welcome and acknowledge our graduates to their special day, but also their families, friends, and communities that have supported them. No one succeeds in life alone. Rather, we're always accompanied by those who believe in us. Please take a moment and look around to see into the eyes of those who are next to you and say thank you. You have experienced a different final year marked by a global pandemic that has revealed to us the importance of justice, fairness, and kindness. We are now more than ever connected by our vulnerability, but also by our innovation to respond and care for others. I have witnessed firsthand how our undergraduate students from all disciplines have come together and excelled academically, but also how they have attended to the needs of others through their kindness and advocacy. We're so very proud of your perseverance and hard work. We know that you will accomplish amazing things in rebuilding the world around us. Regardless of the paths you've chosen and those you will follow, your legacy will be felt by many. For our Masters of Social Work graduates, you're prepared to take on the challenges of a profession that will provide invaluable care and expertise to drive real change in the lives of those who need a voice and an advocate, and organizations that require your vision. Thank you for being with us over the past several years and embodying that indeed King's is a place to be and to become.
Thank you, Jillian. Next, I'd like to introduce Siham El-Qasim. Siham is an alumna of King's Social Work Program and a current doctoral candidate at Memorial University.
Greetings, class of 2021. My name is Siham El-Qasim, a BSW graduate of 2014 and an MSW graduate of 2016. As an honored alumnus of King's, I'm honored to be part of your celebration today. Now, at the risk of sounding self-absorbed, I'd like to share my educational journey with you all. My intention is not to center myself in this message, rather it's my hope that you take something from this message to carry forward in your own journey. I came to King's as a mature student, a mother, a visible Muslim, and I will not say that my experience as a racialized student was not without its challenges. I was afraid, intimidated, my visible difference and the feeling of being other was always present. I came into school at a time where racial injustice and Islamophobia became visible to others who were almost always painfully unaware. Regardless, I knew my intent, I knew my history. I wanted to become a social worker, a therapist, a community activist. I wanted to help others and fight against injustice. Growing up in the city of Chicago, I learned a lot about the civil rights movement, the work of the Black Panthers, the Nation of Islam, Malcolm X. I even met the GOAT, Muhammad Ali, at 13. These things had a huge impact on me. I learned so many lessons through the words of some of the most greatest heroes, like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. In grade school, I wrote a book report on one of his most famous quotes. He said, "An injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." He explained, "We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly." This transformed me and has stayed with me my entire life. It made me understand that I can't pick and choose which injustice to talk about and which one to ignore. It was then that I made this decision, this scrawny kid with a big mouth in grade school and then in high school. I decided I cannot stay silent on any of it, no matter what the costs, and sometimes you do pay a big price. Coming into university, there were days I felt the courage to speak truth to power and other days where I was overcome by a need to remain silent. It was exhausting. Fortunately for me, I was surrounded by administration, classmates, faculty, mentors in the School of Social Work that were always willing to hear my critical analysis and support me, even when it was uncomfortable. The allyship, positive connections, and pain was transformative. In the end, I had accomplished so much. I changed some minds, frustrated others, I graduated, I arrived, I finished. As you find yourself in this place of arrival, this place where you've accomplished something so great, completing your degree under immense pressure during a global pandemic in the context of so many injustices, you're here, you've arrived. You'll take this experience and you will do something great. As you travel on your path forward, as cliche as it sounds, wherever this may take you, there is a lot of noise you have to get past. The noise in your head, the noise from others, the self-doubt and the self-deprecation. It's okay. Don't be afraid. It'll keep coming. Just know your intentions, stay true to it, be your own cheerleader, find those allies who will support you, speak your truth, use your silence for self-preservation, remind yourself that you belong, celebrating this accomplishment. You're not an imposter. No, you do not have imposter syndrome. You belong. I'll leave you today with a quote from Audre Lorde, who said, "When I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I am afraid." My sincerest congratulations to you all. Now go and celebrate.
Thank you, Siham. Your words and research on such a difficult but important topic means so much, and we're so pleased to have you as part of our King's family. I'm now pleased to welcome Colin Whitehead, President of the King's University College Alumni Association and political science graduate of the class of 2006.
My fellow King's graduates, on behalf of the King's University College Alumni Association, we want you to know that we recognize and applaud your dedication to your education and future. You took on the unknown and demonstrated resiliency in a time of so much uncertainty. It may feel surreal to have finally reached this milestone. Think of how far you've come. Remember where it all started. You have been building to this moment since the first time you stepped foot on campus. In some ways, it may seem like a lifetime ago, and in others, it may seem just like yesterday. What's important to recognize now as you graduate is that your time with King's isn't ending. Your journey has just begun. Kings is a part of you just as much as you are a part of Kings. That will never change. Kings is a place to be, a place to become, and we cannot wait to see what you become tomorrow. As you graduate today, and as life takes you in new directions, remember that your Kings University College Alumni Association can help you stay connected to your Kings friends and the entire Kings community. Kings alumni are an active group united by memories of our time, knowledge, and friendships we gained as students at Kings. Your Alumni Association is dedicated to fostering new and preserving existing important bonds through the many events, programs, services, and networking opportunities offered by the association. Getting involved is easy. Connect with us on King's website, Instagram, and Facebook pages to learn more about upcoming events like pub nights, speaker series, theater trips, and golf events. Yes, we even meet virtually. In parting, I want to leave you with these words of wisdom. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. If this quote sounds familiar to you, you're probably a big fan of the movie Ferris Bueller. You are truly an outstanding class, and we look forward to hearing from you as you transition into the next stage of your lives as the next generation of professionals and leaders. Today, we celebrate your accomplishments and are incredibly proud of you. Welcome, new alumni, to your King's University College Alumni Association.
Thank you, Colin. We have one more portion to our celebration this evening, and it's a message from Peter Donahue, Associate Professor and Director of the King's School of Social Work.
Welcome, everybody. I'm so pleased to welcome everyone here tonight to celebrate your achievements. I would like to start with some of my own reflections and wishes for our graduates. In March of 2019, life, as most of us know it, was thrown on its head as a result of COVID-19. In response to the pandemic, the school had to quickly pivot to meet the new realities, as did the rest of the world. As a result, many of you will be graduating from the School of Social Work program here at King's without ever having stepped foot on our beautiful campus. As all of this unfolded, we continued to change and adjust as the circumstances continued to evolve. The only thing that seemed certain at the time was uncertainty. For me, the hallmark of social work profession includes turning issues into answers and being flexible, creative, and resilient in the face of adversity. As a prominent televangelist once said, tough times never last, but tough people do. This year, I believe all of you were pushed to demonstrate your skills in these areas. I'm so very pleased to see how well many of you were able to rise to this challenge. It is something to be proud of and skills that will serve you well as you move forward in your social work careers. I recently watched a YouTube video of a convocation address given by comedian and entertainer Jim Carrey in 2014. He said some very insightful and inspirational things in his address that I would like to build upon here. Now, you may think this would be an unusual choice of person to quote in a social work address, but I found many of the things he said to be highly relevant and relatable to social work. So point number one from his address, the effect you have on others is the greatest currency you have. In social work, the use of self, rapport, relationships, and the trust we're able to build with our clients and our colleagues is our greatest currency. So remember that as you move forward in your career, you are ambassadors of the School of Social Work and the profession of social work. So please take the skills and knowledge you've gained with us and use them as your currency in both your work and your life. Point number two from his address. Carrey also says in his address that life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. So it's important to make a choice to engage in mapping out your life course and making a conscious choice as to how you choose to perceive both the challenges and opportunities life presents you with. The irony of this second point is that we often try to instill this in our work with our clients, but we aren't always so good in instilling this within ourselves. Rather like the old saying, the shoemaker's children never have any shoes. So take charge of your life course, take advantage of all the opportunities it presents you with, and use the obstacles and challenges presented along the way as opportunities for learning and for growth. Although today may symbolically represent conclusion of your MSW studies with us, we certainly hope it will not end your affiliation with us. We hope that this will symbolize the beginning of a lifelong relationship with the school. There are many opportunities for our continued engagement through part-time teaching opportunities, continuing education, practicum opportunities, and opportunities for making donations to support students' awards and bursaries. Perhaps the greatest contribution you can make to the school is by providing learning opportunities to the next generation for students through offering a field placement. We would not only be graduating this year without the support of members of our community who are willing to offer you a practicum opportunity. So I'd ask that you consider giving back to the school, your colleagues, and ultimately the profession by doing this. In closing, I want to wish you all the best as you move forward in your careers and in your lives. Please carry the skills and knowledge you have gained during your time with us and continue to make a difference in this world. This brave new world we are now living in needs you more than ever before. Thank you and good night.
Thank you, Peter. This now brings our celebration here to a close. Thank you for joining in on our celebrations, which honor the achievements of you, our wonderful graduates. It's a great day of beginnings, but it's also a day to celebrate the wonderful people you've become during your time at King's. I look forward to celebrating your convocation at a later date and wish you and your families all the very best. We will now have a recognition of the fall class of 2021 as we showcase your departments and programs along with each graduate's name.